This is the 2019 Starcraft Star Step 221 Surf Series. It's not just called the Surf Series because we got this pretty surfboard here on the fork. This actually is the next step in Starcraft's mission to expand the surfing world. It started with their SCX, which is the crossover boat that you can surf behind. Well, the Star Step is 100% deck boat, but they've kitted this out so it's a deck boat that you can legitimately surf behind. You got 1,000 pounds of ballast, you got the zero-off GPS speed control, and you have the surf tabs. And on top of all of that, you have the Volvo forward drive, which pushes the props right up underneath so it's nice and safe for surfing close. The other benefit of that four-wheel drive, when you're not surfing, it's just fun to drive. The Volvo forward drive means the props are biting into clean water, and it launches you onto plane and to a comfy cruise of 28 to 33 miles per hour, which is the 4,000 to 4,500 RPM range, and to a top speed of 43 miles per hour with wide open throttle. The step in Star Step comes from what you're looking at right there. That's the step hull, the notch out of it that's right below me. That's basically where it goes from the modified dihedral hull at the front, which allows you to push the beam all the way into the bow, back into the V running surface to give you that really smooth and regular runabout feel handling. Also cuts down on friction, makes handling a little bit better. But there you go, that's the step in Star Step. The more you know. Handling is similar to a regular IO versus a usual surf boat that has an inboard. But the difference between the forward drive and a traditional IO or stern drive is that the clean water bite of the prop means it throws you into turns if you push it lock to lock. Not something most people will do, but it's a blast when you're testing it out, and cornering this tight is something you never find on a deck boat. Bottom line is that this is incredibly more responsive than any other deck boat I've driven, and it's all thanks to that Volvo forward drive. But the Star Step is the Surf Series, so how well does it do in that regard? Okay, so we have the zero-off GPS speed control set to 10.0 miles per hour. We've got one of the trim tabs all the way down, the other one all the way up, and we've got our ballast bags filled, and we've trimmed the Volvo forward drive to about 1/4. So let's hammer it and see what kind of wave we get. Miles an hour. GPS is working. Hey, that's a quality surf wave. You're gonna need some power, not just to push the boat along when you're running, but you're gonna need a fair bit of power when you got all that ballast and the trim tabs and you want to get that surfer going. That's where this comes in. The Volvo Penta comes in a V6 or V8. This is the V6 240 horsepower. If you want, you can go up to 300 horsepower on this, but the 240 is a really great option. Gives you a good amount of power, and unless you're going to be surfing a lot, you can probably make do with this. If you are going to be surfing a lot and you have, adult surfing and lots of people on board, you might want that extra power. You might want to go up to 300 horsepower. Because it's a deck boat, you got the big bow swim platform and a bow swim ladder, 4-step telescoping, nice deep reaching, and you got the marine matting here. Walk through, you can take this right off so you don't worry about stepping on your upholstery, and this actually is a cooler. Or wet storage. More storage under the bow benches. You actually see that's the hull, the opening from the modified dihedral design, but you still got a lot of room in there. Spend all day on the water. The refreshment center here with the sink, cup holders will be handy. Lots of storage underneath. As you can see, there are 2 surf vests in there, the surf rope, and a lot of other stuff. Plenty of space. Right in the middle on the floor, what would be a huge storage area is one of the ballast bags. And when you fill this up to go surfing, this is filled right to the top, so can't really store anything in there, but It's nice to know you can open it up and see the status. Nice low profile as you see on a lot of deck boats. Love the colored steering wheel to match the hull. Of course, you got all your push buttons here for your lights, stereo, zero off speed control, and a staple of any deck boat design is the wide open space. You can see here you got the wraparound bench seating all the way from the bow along the port side back to the stern. And under the stern bench, you have full-size cooler. You can take this out, fill it up. A little bit easier than having one built in, integrated right into the seat base. So is this a replacement for the $200,000 tournament-ready dedicated surf boats? No, but it's not trying to be. Starcraft, from the start of their surf series, has maintained they aren't targeting surfers. The only way to grow the sport is to introduce it to new people and families. And this is a tried and tested family-friendly deck boat design. But now, it's one you can legitimately surf behind.